Swiggity swag, what's in the bag? Jay here. I'm bringing you guys another top 5 video, and this is my top 5 favorite fire type Pokemon as of right now in Pokemon X and Y. Keep in mind that this list is fully opinionated, so you do not need to agree with my opinion, but as long as you respect my opinion, I will respect yours. And if you do not agree with my opinion or anything like that, leave your own top 5 fire type Pokemon down in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to vote for the next week's top 5 at the end of the video. There will be 2 types displayed at the end of the video, and you guys vote for one of them, because I noticed that last week not a lot of people voted. So, you know, fire won overall anyway, but still, like, not a lot of people voted. So I'm gonna try to remind you guys each and every time, so that way you don't forget to vote. But you guys did leave a lot of your top 5 dragon types, which made me very happy. But also don't forget to vote for the next top 5. But let's go and start. Coming in at number 5 on this top 5 list is Victini, and you guys already know whenever I play UU, there is always a Victini on my team, and there's always a Victini on my team because Victini is just power. This little guy is so much power. He not only gets like the most powerful fire stab in the game, being V-Create, I do believe it's the most powerful fire stab in the game, but like you get stabbed from it. It's just so powerful. I mean, the only downside is that you lose speed and defenses and stuff, but other than that, I mean, Choice Scarf Victini does a lot of work. Choice Banded Victini does a lot of work. You can run physical Victini, special Victini, to be honest, because it does get the ability Victory Star, so that way, like, you know, your accuracy is raised for moves like Thunder, Fire Blast, stuff like that. Not only that, but it gets moves like Fusion Flare, Blue Flare, Fusion Bolt, Bolt Strike. It gets like Glaciate, it gets Kyurem's, Zekrom, and Reshiram special moves, so that is really, really good. So this thing is like diverse as fuck. I love it. I love it so much. It's so diverse. You can use it as a physical attacker, special attacker. I mean, it does get, you know, bought by like knockoff and like dark types, ghost types, and all that stuff, and like Shadow Sneak priority and all that stuff. But other than that, I mean, Victini is a monster. You guys do not understand. Like, literally, Victini is probably one of my UU crutches outside of Florges, because I use Victini to clean up a lot of the mess, and it's just it's decently fast. It hits pretty hard with V-Create. It hits anything hard with V-Create. It doesn't even matter if it resists. I mean, outside of something like a Slowbro or something, I honestly do not see anything unless it's like quad resisted. I don't see anything in UU taking a V-Create well, unless you're running like Flash Fire Arcanine, which then you probably won't even go for V-Create. You'll probably go for something like Zen Headbutt or something like that. But I mean, other than that, V-Create is a very powerful move. I love that Victini gets it. I know Rayquaza also gets it, but who cares about Rayquaza? I do. But anyway, Victini is just a very, very powerful Pokemon. I love this little guy, and that is why it is on this top 5 fire type Pokemon list. So coming in at number 4 on this top 5 list is Braixen, and Braixen is on this list because, let's be honest, first of all, you guys already know my pure hatred for Delphox. I cannot stand Delphox. Is it typing? No, it's not the typing. Delphox's typing is just like Victini's. I love Delphox's typing, but I hate Delphox's design. But I like Braixen's design. I like the way that it uses the stick in its tail as a, you know, kind of like a wand. I know Delphox does the same thing, but I like how Braixen uses the stick as a wand, and I love how it sticks in its tail. I like how as a Fennekin, it, like, you know, it eats the sticks. It eats sticks and it chews on it and stuff like that, you know. But then when it evolves into a Braixen, it actually uses it as a wand to, you know, perform moves like Psyshock and all these fire type moves and all this fun stuff. Plus, you know, since it's not psychic type, it doesn't get completely destroyed by knockoff, because knockoff is a very, very relevant move in this generation. And yeah, I just love the overall design of Braixen. I just hate the overall design of Delphox. I mean, I did a Pokemon Y Let's Play on this channel where I had a Braixen throughout the entire game. Like once my Fennekin evolved into a Braixen, I legit got an Everstone and slapped it on the Braixen as fast as I could, because I was not about to have a Delphox. And I mean, Braixen is actually relatively strong for, you know, a middle evolution. It hits hits decently hard, and it's not too slow, even though Delphox does outclass it in terms of stats, because I mean, obviously it's an evolved Pokemon. But with Braixen the way it is though, Braixen is pretty strong. It gets like really nice egg moves like Wish and like I can't remember what other moves it gets, but it gets some nice oh, heat wave. It gets heat wave as an egg move, and that's really good too. But I love it. I love the design, and I love the Bryson. Yeah. So coming in at number 3 on this top 5 list is VOLCARONA, and VOLCARONA is on this list because let's be completely and totally honest right now, guys. Let's be honest. Some of you probably think that VOLCARONA is a pseudo legendary just from how much work it puts in and just how strong it is. But fun fact, VOLCARONA is actually not a pseudo legendary. The pseudo legendary of Gen 5 is High Dragon, but VOLCARONA hits so hard, okay? Its special attack is sky high. It has mediocre speed. It gets access to Quiver Dance. It gets access to Fiery Dance. Quiver Dance boosts its special attack, special defense, and speed. Fiery Dance, couple that with Fiery Dance, you have a high chance of boosting your special attack, and plus it's typing Bug Fire. It's not weak to fire. It gets Flame Body, so if you touch it, you have a chance of getting burned. Yeah, okay, maybe Stealth Rocks does completely destroy this thing, but outside of Stealth Rocks or Rock type moves and like things like a Azumarill or whatever, nothing can take. I don't think anything will take a hit well from this thing, you know, outside of like super bulky Pokemon. But I mean, even with that though, VOLCARONA is just a complete monster, and honestly, I'm actually kind of glad and kind of surprised that this thing does not get drought. I know in the Drayano ROM hacks, Drayano breaks this thing and he gives it drought, which makes a lot of sense because VOLCARONA is the sun type Pokemon. So because, you know, Gen 5 Megas are now a thing with Mega Audino, if we actually do get Mega VOLCARONA, I would actually like to see it get drought. I mean, yes, it will be a huge threat. It'll be fucking scary as shit, but honestly though, it's the sun Pokemon. It'd make a lot of sense. But I just love the overall power, the overall design, the power, and just, you know, VOLCARONA in general. It's just a monster. It's just monstrous, and I love it, So coming in at number 2 on this top 5 list is TYPHLOSION, and TYPHLOSION is on my list because I love Gen 2 starters. That's just how I am. I just love all the Gen 2 starters. I mean, even though like Meganium is probably on the bottom of the list, I still love Meganium, but we're not talking about Meganium right now. We're talking about TYPHLOSION. I love TYPHLOSION. I always love the Cyndaquil line. It's just, you know, the design, the power, the stats, and everything like that. It has mediocre speed. I think it's like base 100. It gets access to Eruption. It has nice special attack, and I just think that this thing is really cool. I like the move Flame Wheel, even though Flame Wheel on a TYPHLOSION is complete ass unless it's like, you know, 3rd gen game where fire type is special. But overall, I love TYPHLOSION's design. I love TYPHLOSION's move pool. I just like TYPHLOSION overall. It's literally my favorite Gen 2 starter, and I would love to see this thing get a Mega Evolution as well, where it's like it has like Volcano on its back or something, you know, not being like something like Camerupt, no, but something completely different from Camerupt. But I don't know. I just love TYPHLOSION's design. I like how hard it can hit, pretty hard if you're running like a Choice Specs or something on it. If you're running like Choice Specs Eruption or Choice Scarf Eruption, I usually run Choice Scarf Eruption on TYPHLOSION just so it can outspeed a lot of things in the lower tiers, and it just completely bodies everything. It just completely bodies everything with like Eruption. It's just amazing. I love it so much, and yeah, there's really nothing else for me to say about TYPHLOSION, so that is why TYPHLOSION is on this top 5 list. And coming in at number 1 in this top 5 list is Charizard. And you guys already knew Charizard was going to be number 1 on this list because Charizard is one of my favorite Pokemon. And it's my favorite Pokemon, like I said before, solely based on the anime. Because I mean, before it was solely based on anime. Now it's like a whole bunch of different things. But I just love how Ash's relationship with Charizard developed over time to where they're like lifelong pals. I mean, I feel like his relationship with this Charizard is almost on the level of him and Pikachu. It's almost on that level because I mean, you gotta admit, when you watch the anime and you watch how Ash developed the Charmander into a Charmeleon Charizard and how their relationship like developed, you gotta admit that was just freaking amazing. I love the battle between Charizard and Blaziken in the Johto League. That was amazing. That I have so much respect for Charizard in the anime, you know. And then not only that, but this thing gets not 1 but 2 Mega Evolutions, both of which put in a lot of work. My personal favorite is like, I actually favor Mega X over Mega Y, and I only favor it because it's, you know, it's Dragon Fire, and Dragon Fire is such a unique typing because only one other Pokemon gets it, which is Reshiram. And you know, I don't really like Reshiram like that. I tell people like Dragon and Fire are my favorite types, but I hate Reshiram with a passion. So seeing Mega Charizard become Dragon Fire, I love it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so awesome. And it gets Tough Claws, and then Charizard Y gets Drought. So I mean, Game Freak did so right with Charizard when it came to X and Y. Like, they gave him 2 megas, and both megas put in like the same amount of work. I mean, well, I wouldn't say the same amount of work. I mean, if you set up like a Dragon Dance with Mega X, you can sweep an entire team. Just saying, unless they have like a Mega Slowbro, which we've seen Mega Slowbro take a hit from Mega Charizard X, and that was very surprising. But outside of that, though, I mean, I love the fact that it gets 2 megas. It's a really strong Pokemon. Its speed isn't all that, but it does get access to Dragon Dance and Roost and all this other fun stuff. So Charizard is just a really good Pokemon. I just like using Charizard overall, and I just love its design. And that will be it for this top 5. Don't forget to leave your own top 5 down in the comment section below. Also, do not forget to vote when it comes up on the screen, because it's actually not on the screen yet. But like I said before, don't forget to leave your own top 5 fire type Pokemon down in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And I will be bringing you guys another top 5 next week. And hopefully it's not late or anything like that, because I am back in school. So yeah, also here you go on the screen. Don't forget to vote for next week's top 5. And without further ado, yeah, I will be out of here. Bye. If you missed the previous video in the series, click on the playing video. Also check out the playlist above and the social media links below. Thanks for watching.